about Delta 8 and shit?
No, baby. What's happening, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? That prime time hour again. That's Wild Podcast, baby. I'm Tito P. That's my man E. Say what's up, bro.
What's popping?
You already know what time it is, man. Hey, man, so let's just cut to the chase, bro. Hold up.
Time out. You always say prime time. What exactly is prime time? Because I don't even know if that really fits in a time slot, or you just be saying shit.
7 o'clock, bro. That's that prime time hour.
What's that, for like TV or something? Prime time?
Yeah, fool.
Dude, I haven't had regular cable in like 6-7 years. I don't know what the hell.
Who the fuck has regular cable anymore? This shit's on YouTube now, bro.
Exactly. So what's prime time? Anytime you click on your phone is prime time.
No, fool. It's that 7 o'clock hour, man. It's that, after supper, motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's that prime time hour.
I was just making sure you were telling the truth and you weren't trying to gas us up for no reason.
You tripping, bro.
I know what happy hour is, like 4 to 7. I don't know what prime time is.
You don't know what the prime time hour. Well, this 7 o'clock, fool. Now you know. God damn, the whole time you didn't know what the fuck I was saying.
This the Deion Sanders time right now.
Yes, exactly. This the Deion Sanders prime time, baby. 7 o'clock, man. You stupid fool. I know you gonna bring that shit up, bro. What the fuck?
I ain't kidding. When you kept saying that, I was like, is it really prime time? Is he just saying that just to sound cool?
No, man. Why would you say that shit, man? Why would you kill it like that? You dissected the whole fucking intro, bro. Man.
Oh, shit. What's going on, dude? What you been up to?
Nothing much, man. Chilling, doing the same old shit. In and out, bro. Waiting to go live like a motherfucker.
Did you watch that fight Sunday?
Man, hell no, I didn't watch that shit, man. Nope. Saw it all on Twitter, though. Shit, didn't even have to fucking buy that shit.
Dude, I was about 30 seconds away ordering that shit by myself, too. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Woke up the next morning, watched some of the highlights. I was like, thank God I didn't spend $50 on that.
Bro, for real, man. That was a robbery, bro. They robbed everybody.
Yeah, it was terrible. I am looking forward to Jake Paul and Woodley, though. I will pay for that one.
Oh, yeah?
His younger brother, Logan.
Oh, yeah. That Woodley fight. I know what you're talking about. That dude from UFC.
Woodley's got some hands, too, dude. He been knocking people out.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I don't think they can stand up with him, bro. I don't think that's going to happen. But for sure, they fucking robbed them motherfuckers, dude. Like, everybody who bought that shit got robbed. Like, wow, I feel bad.
They got their money back, though.
No. I mean, they feel like they got their money's worth.
Well, no, did you hear that on the I think the site went down, like Showtime went down, so a lot of people who paid for it couldn't even see it.
That's fucking bullshit, bro.
I'm sure they got the money back.
What the fuck is going on with everything shutting down and shit? The fucking, what is that? Cox Media got fucking hacked. You can't hear none of the shit online. That shit's funny as shit.
Dude, what? All right. We should probably wait for this dude to get on here because he's a teacher. He's a little bit smarter. He'll probably be able to explain what the fuck's going on. Why does stuff always happen like think about when teachers were banging students. It was like week after week, it was a story. No, listen. Then cops shooting people. Week after week, it's a story. Now people getting hacked. Why does stuff run into a routine and then it just dies off?
Dude, that's the media shit. They feeding you that shit, bro. It's conspiracy shit, too, if you think about it. If you fucking start breaking it down the way you are, you making it sound like it's a whole conspiracy. Like, everything happens and shit.
Am I not onto something? Isn't it kind of weird how shit goes in spurts and it goes away? So are they not reporting on it and it's still happening? Like,
well, I mean, they're reporting on it, but now you hear about it more often because of the fucking, everybody's got their phone out and they got reporters out there now and shit. You know what I mean? They can send it to you faster. Everybody's reporting. Everybody's fucking. They're using footage from your phone. You know what I mean? When they're running their fucking shit. So yeah, I see. You know the algorithm how it keeps it going, bro.
But isn't it funny though? It's like a month of this, and it just every week it's a new story. Then that goes away. They're like, oh, that's boring. Let's go find something.
Something gotta be trending, bro. Something gotta be fucking trending.
That is true.
Spit all over myself. God damn it. Something gotta be fucking trending, bro.
Yo, can you edit that out of this? What you just did right there?
No, I can't do that, bro. Sorry.
We live now.
This is live, dude. Like this is live. This is the bullshit you gotta put up with when you're live on fucking video.
So what else been going on? Nothing new?
Nothing new, man. Just fucking. All right, man. Listen, man. We've been fucking tweeting about this shit, bro. I saw a lot of motherfuckers keep their ketchup in the fucking refrigerator. Now, I've tweeted about this shit before, too, man. But what the fuck? Why do you keep the ketchup in the fridge, bro?
I'm going to probably say because I'm a civilized person with a refrigerator. Why the hell wouldn't I refrigerate my ketchup?
Well, it's fucking cold. You're gonna put it on your fucking hot food, man. That don't make no sense to me.
Wait a second. So tomatoes can last forever?
Well, I mean, how much ketchup do you use, bro?
I don't use that much ketchup. French fries and hamburgers. That's about it.
Okay. So then I see why you put
ketchup.
Man, ketchup gone quick, bro. Like 4 squirts. If we order some fries or something, it's gone, bro. Next day you looking at it, it's like, we need another bottle already.
Did you say 4 scores?
4 squirts.
Oh, I was like, you talking about like 4 scores and 7 years ago?
What the fuck are you hearing right now, bro? Yeah, man, that shit ain't fucking lasting in our house, bro. That's why I don't see how you keep that shit in the fucking fridge, bro. And then you put that shit on hot ass food. Like, you know that shit's cooling down your food, man.
But I got a question, though. Does it say on the bottle, refrigerate after open?
Yeah, I guess it does.
Well, now that you didn't have to ask me the question.
All right, well, let me ask you, when you go to a restaurant, where they keep the ketchup? Do you have to go get it from the fridge?
No.
It's on your table, right?
Yeah.
It's there all day, bro.
That don't mean they're right just because they're doing it.
How can all the restaurants be wrong, though?
Yeah, why isn't the health department going in there and shutting those motherfuckers down? You got
because it don't last that long, bro. Because it don't last that long on the table. Everybody's using it, so they like that's probably like the 8th ketchup bottle they done put out.
Yeah, and they put water in that shit. They water it down to make it last longer.
That shit. That's what I'm saying, man. I can't stand when you put the ketchup in the fucking fridge, man. You bust it out, and I'm thinking like, that's an old ass bottle of ketchup. I don't want that shit on my goddamn food. Put that shit away, man. When I see it come out the fridge, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just eat these with salt, bro. Fuck it.
Yo, but you said you don't like it because it's cold, and then your French fries are hot. But I look at it, it's kind of like the sweet and spicy, or it's like you got the hot fry, you dip it in a cold ketchup. No?
I mean, yeah, but it's cooling down your stuff, man.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, what's going on, man?
How's everything?
Oh, man, everything's awesome. How's it going? Yo, we got the Hatter in the house, bro.
Woo! Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, man.
How's everything going all right?
Oh, yeah.
Not bad over here. Can't complain.
So I have to say that I've tried watching some of your past podcasts. I really love what you guys do. You guys are fun.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man.
I thought for sure you were gonna say I tried watching it and it was terrible, so I couldn't watch it. I thought for sure you were about to say that.
No, quite the opposite. You have to excuse me. I have grown up watching a lot of really bad comedy. I for about 20 years I was part of an improvisational comedy group.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
Open mic nights.
Yes.
So we'd have 3 new stand-ups starting out before us, and then it would be us.
Oh, awesome.
And so, you just never knew what you were going to get. Sometimes the guys were brilliant, and sometimes the guys were not brilliant.
How old were you when you were doing this stuff?
I was in my 20s. I did this. I did some commercial work. Um, I applied. I tried out for being in Inspector Gadget 2.
Oh snap!
That man shot by paintball.
Oh, shit.
Sadly, I did not get it. I could have been immortalized.
Whoa, hold up, man. Hold up on everything, man. Let's just stop. Hold up. Yo, what is the Hatter, bro? Like, when did that happen?
So, it was always sort of a nickname of mine. In high school, people used to call me the Hatter because I wore a lot of hats. There was only so many people. I went to a really small school. Like, I graduated with 10 people.
Whoa. Wait, 10 people?
10 people.
My man said 10 people.
So I was doing yearbook. I was doing, I was part of what sports committee we had. I was as part of the comedy club. Anything there was in my school that there was to do, I was doing it.
Oh, okay.
How big was your town that you lived in?
Actually, I live in a really big city. It's just that I went. My dad wanted me to be Orthodox Jewish. It didn't work out that way. Not religious at all. But he did send me to a super Orthodox Jewish school that had there's about 200 students in the entire school.
Hey, you probably learned more because there wasn't so many kids in your class and the teacher gave you more of their attention.
I did. I got a great education. I missed out on a lot of stuff too. Like, I got to college and I had no game because I'd never had to ask a girl out. I knew all the girls since first grade.
Oh, okay.
So that was a nightmare. Just learning how to project confidence and just not be like, hi, I'd really like to ask you out because pretty.
So these hats you were wearing, you said that's why they started calling you that. Were they just like normal hats or were they kind of different? That's why people noticed them.
Well, so I used to wear a different cap every day. We as a Jewish school, we were required to wear some sort of head covering, and that was my idea of rebellion. I don't know if you've ever seen the little beanies that yarmulkes.
Yarmulkes.
They were yarmulkes.
Yeah.
Yarmulkes,
Yeah,
man. Come on now, bro. You don't know what a yarmulke is? Come on, man.
I don't know.
No, I'm talking to E, man. He over there asking come on, man.
So instead of that, I would wear a cap. And then as you can see in this avatar picture, when I was 22, I got a chance to do an ad for they have this huge display of lights at this place called Ogilvy. And what you would do is you would just drive through and look at all the Christmas lights.
Okay.
Families would in Ohio who, had nothing else to do, I guess, would go to their festival of lights. And one year they decided to have a Victorian festival of lights. So they dressed me up, fake beard, fake mustache. And then when I finally had an improv troupe, we called it the Susquehanna Hat Company, after the Abbott and Costello sketch.
Oh, okay.
So I've always, in some way, been the Hatter.
Oh, okay, man. I thought you was on some weird Alice in Wonderland trip. You know what I
mean? I do love the books. And I do often have crazy dialogue between Hatter and Alice in my tweets. But
okay.
but I don't think I'm the Mad Hatter or anything.
Now the question,
Delusional.
now the question is, do you eat mushrooms? I mean, if you're going with the whole,
Oh yeah, you gotta. You know, some of them make you smaller, and some of them make you tall.
and some of them just fuck you up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That is true. I went to a party one time, and everybody was given like part of a mushroom as part of the party. You know, you walked in and they gave you, and I was so like, mushrooms? What's the big deal about mushrooms? I'll just take them. I'm a big, I'm a big boy. I can handle. Man,
You were in that rabbit hole.
I was walking through the city going. I was gone. I barely remember that night.
I've been stuck in the bathroom before on mushrooms, looking in the mirror and laughing for like 30 minutes for no reason.
Whoa! I mean, that's actually really brave when you're tripping to look in a mirror, because you can see some awful stuff.
Yo,
think
man,
that's
I
why I was
won't even go
laughing. I was-
outside when I'm tripping, bro. You crazy? I don't even like to trip when I'm at them trees and stuff. And then, like in the daytime, shit, all the tracers. Oh, fuck that, bro.
But I stopped. I stopped all that stuff. I had my first panic attack while I was doing that stuff, and I was here like, that's good. I'm good. I'll stick to
That's
booze.
part of the experience, bro.
Yeah,
is.
hell yeah.
It is. It breaks that reality for you. It makes you realize that reality is just what we make of it.
You can't call yourself the Hatter and not munch on shrooms, man. Come on.
You're absolutely right. And it did make me a little crazy. So,
Yeah.
But you two are a little crazy. I can tell you're a little crazy.
Oh, everybody
definitely.
is, man.
I mean, look right here, look, that's wild. I mean, we actually toned it back a lot more now that we're having guests. When it was just the two of us, it was a little ridiculous.
Well, I think that's what people probably tune in for, right? Because they love your camaraderie. They love the way that you talk to each other. They love I think you guys are hysterical.
Oh, appreciate it.
Definitely.
So, I mean, I have to admit, I've only, like when you told me that I might be on, like I quickly checked out a few of your, so I haven't watched your entire lineup, but I think you guys are really, really funny.
Appreciate
it.
And so I can see why people would tune in just to hear you guys like banter back and forth.
Yeah, it's been fun lately. Definitely having guests too. It's brought another dynamic to our thing.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on too, man.
Oh man, it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. I love comedy, and I love taking old jokes and making them new.
Hell yeah.
I did a few open mics, and I will say my first one was not a good experience. I tried to pull off a kind of a weird joke, and it was not good. that feeling on stage when you're bombing is something you never felt before.
It can be really, really scary. I mean, we would go give us who we are to each other, and we were doing this in the 90s and late 80s, and people were really homophobic, so we'd always be getting like gay lovers, and we'd be like, all right, we're gay lovers, and what are we doing? And they yell, "You're being gay."
That's terrible.
And we were like, well, what can we do with that suggestion? That's just the state of being. That's like you're two dudes being calm.
I mean, at that point, you both just got to drop your pants and just be like, "What do you guys want?"
And we have.
Man.
What we used to call dropping trow, as in dropping trousers, was a regular part of what you had to make sure that you were wearing nice boxers underneath, because you just never knew when you'd have to drop trow. If ever the sketch was dying, if ever we were dying on stage, drop trow audience laughs.
See, I told Everett to do that shit. I said, hey, man, if you start bombing, bro, just fucking pull your pants down, bro.
So true. No one cannot laugh at a guy standing there in his boxers. They're funny
Yeah.
boxers.
Especially when they look at my package and like they can't really see it. They're gonna be like, whoa.
But you got the laugh, bro. You'll get the laugh.
Yeah.
It's better than the ooh, what?
Yeah.
But you know what? You had the guts to get up on stage, and most people don't have that guts.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
man.
did. The next morning, I mean, I'm telling you, when I bombed, I mean, I bombed. But the next morning, I woke up and I emailed them, and they called me back. I told the lady, I was like, look, I was on last night. I was like, I bombed really bad. I want to get rebooked for the next open. And I went right back. I was like, I got to get back on the stage, redo it, and I want to get some laughs. And I did the second time.
Almost everybody bombs their first time. The only person they say was funny from his first set was Eddie Murphy.
Oh hell yeah, man.
They
Hey,
they said Eddie Murphy was like 16 or 15 lying and doing comedy clubs, and
yeah.
it's already funny. But most people, almost everybody, Adam Sandler has horrible stories of bombing when he first started. David Spade, I mean, everybody just bombs. It takes time to find your voice.
So who is your favorite comedian, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not at all. I'm torn because I really do love Louis C.K. I know that he did some pretty horrible crap.
Yeah.
But it's that idea that sometimes you have to separate the guy who tells the jokes from like the actions that he did. So I think he's got really good timing. John Mulaney is one of my favorite comics. He has a bunch of specials on Netflix. He's dating Olivia Munn right now.
Is he how old is he? Because I never heard of that name before.
He's like in his 30s. He's an Irish comedian that does a lot of jokes about being brought up in a Catholic family. He was also famous for doing this whole bit about the Trump presidency without ever saying Trump's name.
All right.
He did this bit called Horse in a Hospital, where he goes, okay, let's imagine a horse got into the hospital. Everybody knows a horse doesn't, and he did this whole thing with, all right, the horse is taking the elevator to the 3rd floor.
What
You didn't even know that the horse knew how to take an elevator? So he made this whole thing about Trump without ever once saying Donald Trump.
Oh shit.
You
That
get a lot
takes
of views?
talent, man. Hell yeah.
He's one of my favorite comedians. And Mike Birbiglia is the other one. Mike Birbiglia does these really long sort of story sets where he'll start telling the story and then he'll cut himself off and he'll go out on a tangent and he'll go out on another tangent. And then when he's done, he'll bring it all back around and you'll go, wow. Yeah, his stuff is
He brings you on a journey with him.
He does. He really like when he brought you on a journey of meeting his wife in one of his specials. And I have to say, although you laugh throughout the show, you are in stitches. It's really touching. I mean, he does a great job.
Yes, that's some talent right there. I just
There's also a guy who wrote for the Chappelle Show. I can't think of his name right now, but he did a special called 3 Mics, where on one and he sets up 3 microphones on the stage, and on one microphone he does stand up, on one microphone he just does quick jokes, and on one microphone he talks about his battle with crippling depression.
Oh shit.
And if you
That's
get
most comedians right there.
Netflix, it is magical. I could only aspire to do something that's that amazing.
I mean, to even think of a set like that, like, hey man, I'm gonna do 3 mic. Like, wow, okay, that's a lot of goddamn work to get through.
It is so. I mean, he talks about race relationships because he wrote for the Chappelle Show, so naturally he you know, he knew, and he was a white guy, so he knew a lot about race relationships. He talks about dealing with mental health issues. He talks about dealing with with a crappy dad. Yeah, it's and then he walks over to the mic and cracks you up with stand-up comedy.
Nice. So do you still do any kind of comedy, or?
So what happened to me? I was doing what are called murder mysteries. Basically, what happens is you've got 5 actors. One of them plays a bad guy. He gets killed after the first act. The audience eats dinner and guesses who does it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cheesy dinner theater, and it paid incredibly well.
It's theater, bro.
Yeah.
It's still theater. You know what I mean?
Yep. And the creator of our show said, yeah, if you don't want to do the lines that are in the show, go ahead, make up your own lines. As long as you cue the next actor when he's supposed to come in. And I was like, great. So it was even better for me because
free will, free
I just
reign.
took the character.
Hell yeah.
Right. I just took the character and did whatever I wanted with it. But unfortunately, a couple years ago, I fell down the stairs and I tore the patella tendon in both knees.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. So I still can't climb stairs all that well, and you know, I'm slowly recovering. Apparently, you know, if you tear one patella tendon, it takes about 1.5 to 2 years to heal. If you tear 2,
Yeah.
many people tear 2.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's how I discovered Twitter, though. I had time on my hands.
Oh, okay.
So when you got on Twitter, what were you expecting? And then because you got a big account, when did it start blowing up? What were you doing?
I was never a big account. I was a dorky wrestling. I love pro wrestling. I'm 3rd generation. My grandfather was a pro wrestling fan. He did not believe a man landed on the moon, but he believed pro wrestling was real.
That's dope.
My dad and my uncle had wrestling tickets the day I was born. And so they passed it on to me. You know, I love pro wrestling, and that's the reason I got on Twitter at first, was to check out the wrestling news and talk to other wrestling fans.
Nice.
And then I sort of let my, you know, when that had passed its time, I let my Hatter persona go, and I started writing just whatever the heck I wanted to. I started writing. I created a bunch of memes back in the old days, back in the late 80s, early 90s, on CompuServe and AOL. Refreshing those for a new generation.
Hey, but that's the beauty of Twitter, you know, how you can just become something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I take
Definitely.
jokes, and every day I put out some dad jokes. I write an inspirational message to people at night because people are suffering with mental illness, and I suffer from mental illness. And so that's my good night message, to say that no matter how much crap you put up with for the day, here's the Hatter's good night message to hopefully make you have a better tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, some people need that, you know, right before bed, you know, and then they get that good message. They go to bed with that melancholy kind of feeling, you know what I
Because
mean?
bedtime can be the hardest time for people with mental illness.
Especially them insomniacs who can't, you know, tired as hell, but can't get to sleep, bro.
Exactly. And there are a ton of them. On Twitter. And to be honest, the reason I got so big is because when I first got on, I treated Twitter like my job. I literally was on Twitter for 16 hours a day. I slept 8, I would eat in front of Twitter. I would watch behind Twitter. I couldn't go out. Both my knees were busted.
Definitely.
I couldn't even really easily walk around my my house. So that's what I did while I was, you know.
Twitter probably kept you sane during that. That's what got you.
Twitter literally saved my life.
Yeah.
Saved my life.
Then you get the interactions and stuff, and then especially with the people who are active and on Twitter, and
Yeah.
you start recognizing them, and you start being recognized, and then
And you
everything just
build your own
start
community.
crossing paths with all kinds of weird people.
Yeah, like everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, but there are all these trolls on Twitter." Yeah, but you block the trolls. You know what I mean? Like
that mute button, buddy.
yeah, you mute and block the trolls, and you create your own community where people are cool. If someone's racist, I block them or I mute them. If someone says something about if people get too political and I don't want to hear it, I'll warn them once, and then I'll block them or I'll mute them.
Isn't it funny how them political tweets can just get out of hand, man? Just a never-ending thread of just crap. Like, man, shut the fuck up already.
Let me be the first to say that I am an absolute bleeding heart lefty. But like I try not to bring that too much to Twitter. Like if someone's talking absolute crud, I will stick my nose in. But generally, nobody has to know my political opinion. That's what Facebook is for.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where the political experts are, man.
Absolutely. If I'm going to fight with my uncle, I'll go fight with my uncle about
you gotta listen
whether
to people from high school and shit giving their political views. Yeah, the fucking experts on Facebook. Jesus.
exactly. But on Twitter, like I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to get into arguments. I want my space to be nice and calm and funny and flirty.
Definitely.
So that's the community I create. Just a calm, fun, flirty, funny community. Those are the people I cultivate.
Hey, speaking of some of your tweets, you posted a while back, you said, although it's a big part of our lives, kids don't dream about school and adults don't dream about phones. And I will say, when I read that, in my head, it exploded because I thought to myself, I'm on my phone all day. I have never dreamed about being on my phone. So you blew my mind with that.
Some of my favorite tweets are tweets that I just put out there to make people think. Things I come up with, just little bits of, they're not even philosophy. They're just, they're things I hear during the day, or they're things I learned in college. And I'm here like, kids spend all day in school. Why don't they dream about school? We spend all day staring at our phones. Why does our brain reject dreaming about our phones? But it does.
Maybe our brain is telling us like, hey, you're on your phone too much. You don't need to do this at night too. Brain's trying to tell you something.
Seriously. We've got layers of evolution there. As far as our brain is concerned, we're some hunter-gatherer still likely to starve to death because we couldn't pull down a mastodon. That's why we gain weight so quickly, because our brain thinks we're going to starve any minute. We need the fat. We're
still just dumb mammals, man. Like when it comes down to it, we're just some dumbass mammals, man.
We are dumb mammals, and we are programmed to know 150 people in our life, period. That's moms and grandpas and aunts and uncles and cousins. We are used to being in small tribes of 150 at the most. And then our brain goes.
But you're on Twitter. You got like 23,000 followers. Now you know way more than 150 people.
And yet I don't. If you look at my tweets, it's the same people every time, liking them, responding. 20,000 of my followers might see my stuff, might not see my stuff, but choose not to interact. That's why xenophobia is so
fuckers.
It's just a weird thing, everybody's like, oh, you must be so overwhelmed having 20,000 people, and I'm here like, no, I'm not overwhelmed because they don't interact with me.
Exactly.
Same 20 to 40 people who interact with me all the time.
Do you get a lot of like negative stuff or not too much?
I used to when I first started off. Especially since I've been on computers since the old bulletin board system, and I've written a lot of jokes that have since become memes. And so I'd get a lot of people saying, "You stole this joke from blah blah blah," and I'd have to go back and show them from some old bulletin board when I was in college that I wrote this joke in 1989.
See, that's horseshit though, man. Because now in the Twitterverse, everybody's stealing your fucking tweets, bro.
Yeah. And people are I never go after people who steal from me. I never go after people from steal from me. People have enough. People have enough sorrow in their life that if they feel they have to steal my stupid material, God bless them.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, that's a compliment if somebody steals your
Yeah,
stuff.
plagiarism is the best compliment, man.
Exactly. People send me stuff all the time. Look, this person stole your joke. And I was like, yeah, God bless them.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, nobody steals any of my stuff.
Nah, there's somebody stealing your shit.
There's somebody stealing your stuff. There's somebody stealing everybody's stuff.
Hell yeah.
Well, I feel better now that you said that, but I don't think they are.
I'm telling you, somebody's stealing all your shit from your old account.
You guys are much funnier than you give yourselves credit. You guys are
Tell
really
Twitter that.
This is a solid show.
Yo,
Hey,
man,
so-
Twitter could be ruthless, man. There's some people who just come on there and just spit hate. That's their fucking
That is
their
not
job.
part of my,
yeah.
that's not part of my community. Those guys will get blocked faster than anyone else.
That they do. That's like their 8th, 9th account.
That negativity, people being mean, I don't need that. I have panic disorder. That is a disqualification.
Hey, Twitter too. Twitter's shutting down anybody. Like if you start putting, if you have too many cuss words in your fucking tweet, you'll get a fucking warning from Twitter. Like, hey man, you need to chill the fuck out. This is violence and shit. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Okay.
Yo, Tito.
Yeah, but on the other hand, people have figured out how to game that system too. So it's not,
Yep.
Hey, can I point out something? When Tito said if you have too many curse words in your tweet, you'll get in trouble. But when he said that, he cursed like 13 times.
I've been trying not to fucking swear on your fucking show.
Oh no, man, no, it's fine. This is this is an adult show.
In the shows that I watch, you guys didn't fucking swear, so I wasn't trying to.
Yo, if you go back to the episodes before we had guests, people were making jokes and they'd make drinking games every time we'd curse. Because every third word was a curse word when we were the two of us chopping it up.
See, I knew that shit was gonna happen too. Like, if we're too fucking proper, we're gonna make people feel odd too, man.
I absolutely, I have to say, you really have something here. You two have really created a really special space here, though, where people feel really comfortable.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it,
We
man.
appreciate that 100%.
Hey man, shoot. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, Hatter, man. I appreciate you coming on the show
Hey,
too.
wait. Come on, Tito. Real quick before we end this, what is this red bubble that you're on?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
So like I said, I hurt my knees. I couldn't go back to the classroom. So there's a bunch of Hatter merchandise. I get like, I don't know, 10, 15%. Redbubble keeps most of it because they make all of the stuff. But whatever people can do for me, I always appreciate it. Whether people PayPal me a couple bucks or whether people buy my stuff on Redbubble, it's all good.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
I'm just trying to get by.
Yeah, I hear you,
No,
man.
100%, dude. Like you put stuff out there, you create. I mean, why not? Like, why not buy it?
Yeah, and Redbubble creates decent merchandise. Like people aren't embarrassed to be wearing the shirts and and having the mugs. So that's great.
Definitely. Sounds good.
Hell yeah, man. Like I said, Hatter, hey man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man, and chopping
Thank
it
you
up.
for
with us.
having me.
You know what I mean? Awesome,
I'd
man.
love to come on again. If you guys want to invite me, I'd love to be on again.
Oh yeah. No
100%. We'll curse way more in the next episode.
Fucking awesome.
Hell
Fuck yeah, let's do it again.
All right, guys. See you later.
Already, man.
Hey,
Bye.
good night. Peace.
Yo, man. Another one in the books, man.
Prime time, baby.
Yo, you slipped that last question in, man. Hey, quick thinking, bro.
I got my notes right here. I'm trying to be professional.
You already know, man. Another one in the books. All the audio is on goddamn platform, man.